G'day folks, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at some of the capabilities of the Osmo Mobile 3. We're going to take a look at some of its smart features such as creating panoramas and motion time lapses. This video is basically geared to people who have never used an Osmo Mobile in the past. If you've used these smart features in the past, you may want to go ahead and skip this video as there's probably not a lot new for you in it. So let's just jump right in and we'll see what the Osmo Mobile 3 is capable of. If you're going to be purchasing the Osmo Mobile 3, maybe this is going to be your first smartphone gimbal. Not only are these things great for keeping your footage stable, but when it's used in conjunction with the DJI Mimo app, it is packed with a ton of smart features that can really do some incredible things. So at this point, we're now going to go ahead and launch our Mimo app. Now, if you've had this connected to your Osmo Mobile 3 already, it's just going to go ahead and launch the app and connect right away. If you haven't had it connected yet, if it's brand new, you're going to have to go through the procedure of connecting it and activating it. I've already had mine connected, so I'm just going to go ahead and launch it. You can see there it just connects right away. So in this video, like I said, we're going to be taking a look at creating panoramas, and we're also going to be looking at motion time lapses. Let's start with panoramas first. On the side, here's all our shooting modes. So we're just going to slide it until we select pano. Now at this point, there's two different types of panos that we can shoot. We can shoot a 180-degree pano or a 3x3. A 180-degree pano is going to do a series of 4 photographs side by side and stitch them all together into one traditional long, wide pano. The 3x3 will take 3 photos, 3 across, 3 up. So you can see this button here, if we click on it, you can see it lists our two different types. There's the 3x3 and there's the 180 degrees. Now at this point, what you want to do is kind of line up your shot like normal. Whatever you want in the center of the pano is kind of what you want in the screen. You want to hold it as still as possible and let the gimbal do all the work. When you're ready, you'll just hit the record button, and as you can see, it's going to move and take the series of 4 images. When it's done, it's going to stitch them all together into one big long panorama, just like that there. Now again, if we want to do the 3x3, we just switch it over. And like before, you hold it as still as possible, let the gimbal do all the work. Just like that there. Now it's going to stitch them together, and it'll present us with the final product. So doing panos are a great way to get nice, beautiful vistas, landscapes. You can fit a lot more of your environment in the photo. So in this first example, this is just a normal photograph. This is what you would end up if you just shot a traditional photo. It looks nice, but if we want to capture more of the surrounding area, we would then do a pano. Here's that same photo, but shot in a panorama. As you can see, it gives us a nice view of the landscape, and it looks really nice. Now here it is as a 3x3. Again, you can see how much more data is included in the photo. So here's a comparison if you were just to snap a regular photo, and here it is as a panorama. So you can do a lot of really creative things in panorama mode. So let's take a look at motion time lapse now as well. In a traditional time lapse, your camera's fixed, so you're going to set it up and get a certain landscape, and that's all that you're going to have. With a motion time lapse with the Osmo Mobile 3, you can actually have different stops throughout the time lapse, and it looks really nice when it's done. Here's a sample here of a motion time lapse shot on the Osmo Mobile 3. As you can see, I just had it going from left to right. And, the results look really nice. It gives it a little bit more of a dynamic feel. But you can get very creative with these. You can go up, you can go down, do all kinds of different things. So let's go in and see how we do that. So first off, we're just going to switch over to time-lapse. The first thing you can do is set your resolution. Right now mine is set to 1080 by 30, but you can set that to 4K, whatever you find works best for you. At the top there is the parameters that it's currently set to. The first set of numbers there, it says 0.5 seconds. That means it's going to take a photo every half a second. The next is how long it's going to run for. So we've set the time lapse to run for a total of 5 minutes. And the last number is how long the time lapse is going to turn out to be. But we can change that by clicking that little down arrow. First of all, we can change our interval. It depends what you're filming. Half a second is good for like if you're filming like a cityscape, people walking, different things like that. If you're going to be filming stuff like a sunset or clouds moving in the sky, you definitely want a higher interval. Just to have standard clouds moving, I would do a 4 to 5 second. If you're going to be doing a sunset, I would do a 10-second interval. Now the next, we can set the duration, how long we're going to film for. If you want it on infinity, you leave it at that icon there. Or otherwise you can set the duration to record for however long you want it to. And it will always tell you at the top there how long the time lapse is going to be. You can see the way it's set now at a 5-second interval for 2 hours. we're going to end up with a 48-second time lapse. Now the next is our path. This is where we can set the different points to add motion to our time lapse. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the camera in the first position that we want it in. Say we want to start our time lapse there, and we'd hit the plus sign. So it's going to remember that point. And then say we want the camera to go over here, but then we want it to go up. So then we add another point there. And then if we want to go over here, but now we want it to go all the way down, like that, we can then add another point. Once you're ready, all you do is hit the record button, and it's going to go to the first point and start recording. And as you can see there, it's giving us a countdown timer, so you know how much longer you have left of your time lapse. Now I'm on a desk right now and I'm kind of jiggling it, but it's very important when you're doing your time lapse, set it on a nice solid surface and make sure it doesn't get interrupted. Any kind of bumps or movements to the unit is going to really show in your time lapse, and it's going to be really jittery. Say it's been recording for an hour and you want to finish it, you can just hit the stop button at any time. And whatever it's recorded up until that point will now be available in the gallery. You can preview it at any time just by clicking on that little play button down in the bottom right hand corner. Now if you just want to make a traditional static time lapse, you just wouldn't add any points in there into the path, and that way you just get a traditional fixed frame time lapse. So yeah folks, that's basically it. It's very simple to do and you can do some really creative things. The best way to learn is just to get in and start playing with it, and you'll pick it up pretty quickly. Well folks, that's basically it for my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.